that Juice Wayne over Mikey.
Wait, really?
I'm just saying.
So-
Mikey feeds me meat, but I can feed myself my own meat. You know, that's
Wait.
I'm
What?
just saying. All right,
So this is the About Last Night episode of
What's
Share.
up, ladies and gentlemen? XP Share 70.
my reviews are in.
Yes. As you can see, CJ is not here because he's worn out from last night. So About Last Night.
Hey, yo.
Thank
Welcome
God.
to the
Last
episode.
podcast, I did not bet that we would have a full cast 2 weeks in a row.
Imagine that, right?
Oh,
What's going on,
that'd be
guys?
bald.
XP Share episode 70. This is gonna be a good one. I'm actually excited for this one. Not bad idea. Not bad idea.
Excited for this one? Are you not excited for all the other ones that we do?
Sure.
What about every other podcast?
I don't know. Considering like 90% of them, we don't even like fucking put a single topic down until like 30 minutes prior. So I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever's on the list.
I only look pretty today. What about every other day?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
No, there's some
Trauma.
good ones on here. Definitely some that we can talk for a long while on as well.
I can pick ones that I disagree with immediately.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess you should probably give a little background here. So, for those who watch the pod, you guys often hear, particularly CJ and or Coing, say some very, I'm not gonna say questionable, but just sometimes pretty spicy things. So we figured, why not just have an entire episode full of just spicy and questionable things? Like that's just.
I would say
real spicy, bro.
More so that I say something and then CJ yells at me. It's
yeah, that's fair too.
So I would say that like the fact that he has the audacity to not show up and then be like, "Hey, by the way, I'm gonna put down some takes anyways." For the record, I'm deleting them right now.
No. Leave his last one. Leave the last one, at least. Leave the last one, at least.
Just so we could talk about it.
Well, I was thinking of putting it up myself, but I'm like, that's not really a hot take. But I mean,
that's the worst part. I don't think either of them are that hot of a take. Yeah, it's fine.
You can debate with the first one, but the second one I feel is more opinionated in a sense. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, CJ's hot takes are people.
I mean, they're hot takes. They're all opinionated.
CJ's hot takes are people should have access to healthcare, and babies dying are bad.
Oh my god! Comparable. Well, you guys. While you guys bring up the first topic, I'm gonna go actually grab a drink real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Imagine the first topic is his.
I think it is.
Are we just gonna run?
So, yeah. Well, I mean, we could just do one at a time and then just kind of go from there, right? I mean, might as well. So, I'm pretty sure this is J-Dog's. Multiplayer games are 2-party restrictive.
The fact that he can't hear me complain about how false this is. Mainly because we live in a time where we had server versus server MMORPG battles. I looked at this as I logged on today. Just Guild Wars 2.
This episode brought to you by Bloom Energy.
Guild Wars 2
it's good.
Released in 2012, had server versus server. Granted, I think the back end wasn't super great, which made it slightly problematic. But there is such thing as too many people in the game. For sure. Like Deadlock went from 6 to 5, and there's a reason.
So wait, are we
No,
just
no,
going
no,
down
no,
the
it's
list
still
right now?
6.
Yeah, of course we're gonna go down the list.
Okay, so we're starting on one. Okay, I wasn't sure if we were jumping or not.
Yeah, I mean, you got an example that you want to give, or anything that's I
too
guess
party restrictive.
whatever made you feel like you needed to put this one down.
For
What's burning in your soul right now?
for me, I don't know what. Okay, so this comes from different perspectives. My perspective on this was games are too party restrictive in terms of how many people you could play with in your party. In terms of, I just feel, and again, I guess it's a hot take. You can't play all your games with all your friends if you're restricted to a 3-person fucking party, right? If you're restricted to a 5-person party, if you're 4 or 5, whatever, say we have fucking 8 people who want to play, 8-9 people who want to play fucking Apex. They all have to split off into different fucking teams. Like you can't all play Apex at once. You can't all play Call of Duty at once. It's a weird concept to where when you look back at like Call of Duty, you had 6-man teams. 6 players can be on a team. You usually didn't have more than 6 players. If you did, you go to custom games. How many games have custom games anymore?
I was gonna say, I think that the lack of custom games is a major thing. I do agree with that. I think that
I do miss playing custom games.
I think games need to be restrictive for except for I'm gonna continue to complain about this fucking extraction shooter. I don't get it. That should be like an MMORPG. Just have people fucking have PvP like EVE Online. Just have PvP zones where you can collect shit and just hang out all the time, log out whenever.
Well, that's kind of where one of my like where the point of this comes from is like
Arc Rage is stupid.
And this isn't just Arc Raiders. This isn't just Marathon. This is other games I've played, and it happens consistently. It's not even like it happens every now and then, but like I'll get a game, somebody else will get a game. So we'll have 2-person for a trio game, right? And then we're just waiting for that third person. And then one person that will get a third like 1 week, and then literally like 2 days later, somebody else will get the game. So now we have 4 players that we're switching in and out of a fucking trio game. And 90% of people are on at the same time. So it's like, all right, well, we have 4 people that want to play the same game with the same party, and now we just kind of have to rotate because everybody's on at the same time, or say, hey, fuck you, you're playing solo today, we'll catch you tomorrow, later.
So I do think that there's like 3 sides to this. First, I think that when it is a competitive game like Call of Duty, like Apex or whatever, you do need to limit team sizes. I don't think that is negotiable, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do think, just for balance reasons, right? I do think that it is weird, at least not to have like a casual mode in a game that hosts 100 people, that you can't just force all 100 people into the casual mode, right?
Yeah.
Like Apex,
like
I think it has
play singles or some shit. Free for all.
Or it could just be 3v, like as many 3 people teams as possible, right? Like,
well, don't get me wrong too. Like I'm not saying like these are like bad ideas. Of course, like all these games, like they're literally structured. Like the games are structured for the party sizes. It's just it just sucks when there's that limitation of like, again, you have that fourth person lingering off in a 3-person game, and you're just like, well, I guess we just play switch out every, pass the controller every 30 minutes kind of thing.
Nah, I think but I also think that if your friends are looking to game together, first come first serve is once the beacon is lit, you know?
But I want to hang out with everybody, dog. I want to hang out with everybody. You leave somebody out, and they're like, I'll go fuck off by myself, all right? And then you don't see them for another 2.5
I don't want to
months.
hang out with anybody. That is, I'm a solo gamer.
I have a question. So I think that in order to like, if you are someone who is willing to present a problem, you also need to be willing to present a solution. And so, what is the solution to this hot take? Like, how do we resolve
Custom games.
this issue?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
Custom games.
J-Dog said it, custom games. Like,
So no,
But
no,
that's
no,
it.
because
But that's
custom
the
games
thing. You
exist
can't.
in plenty of games. So are we saying every game, every
No,
multiplayer
well,
game needs to have a custom games mode, or are you saying
I'm just,
like what?
I'm just saying that's the like general quote unquote solution. Obviously, for like extraction shooters, you're not going to have custom games and stuff like that. So it's like it's limited, but the general quote unquote solution is custom games. Is what I'm saying.
I should have put this as one of my hot takes. Extraction shooters.
But the hot take is that multiplayer games are too restrictive,
I think that's true. I
right?
mean, does
So
Deadlock have custom games?
yes,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
And
again,
you can do a 4v4 in like a Deadlock custom game, right? You have 8
so
players.
Yeah.
again, though, I think what we need to focus we need to stay focused on the fact that we're saying that, all right, if Call of Duty, for example, we're too restrictive, or Apex we're too restrictive, what's the
So
solution to not making Apex restrictive in the multiplayer aspect? Like like, are we like we're talking about still being able to play the game online with stats that are tracked online, as opposed to just custom games where no stats are tracked. Like, no one's ever going to give a fuck about you and your homies having this custom mode, because
so
it's not going to
there's
go in the history books.
there's still kind of custom game. So this is more coming from the fact of like non-arena shooters, like battle royales, extraction shooters, all these other miscellaneous ones. Technically, Apex does have customs, but I think you need to like request a code to actually make a lobby, and even then, that's still a 3v3 lobby. Like you can't like customize the team, consistency or anything like that. So
My
there,
my
there, there's a give and take, I guess.
my thing, and
Yeah.
I know I just said this, but I think it is crazy that you can't get 12 people in a fucking Discord call and be like, we're all gonna hop onto Apex right now. We're gonna go into a casual mode, a non-ranked mode of some sort, and we can all decide that we want to play together and just hang out and either stream snipe each other or fuck around in Discord and in game voice comms, right? Just like really fuck with people. And I understand how awful it would be for like ranked modes, right? If you were able to do that,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah,
If you
fuck
had
that.
2
Yeah.
separate teams able to communicate with each other outside a game, cheating as fuck.
Yeah.
In a casual mode though, right? Like, let me fucking play Marco Polo.
Imagine.
That would be
Mhm.
fire. Like in Apex, fucking whether it's a custom map or something, one person is muted in Discord, uh the other one's fully mic'd, right? Just Marco into Discord, and the other person in game proximity chat has to say Polo,
Oh my god.
and you hunt them down.
I mean,
How fun would that be? Or just have like a do like a 1v7 kind of bullshit. And you can do that.
As far as I know, you have to like request actual keys to do like
Yeah.
Apex customs and stuff. But like again, like games like like all the extraction shooters, you're not gonna really
Yeah,
can't really do shit
abolish
about.
him. Abolish him. Just make them an MMO. The thing that confuses me, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, is that it is literally one step away from just being just being Destiny 2. It is literally just like it is so crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
Because what do you do in MMORPGs? You go on a quest, collect items, bring them back to your guild or your party or your fucking universal box to store and then use later. And if you die, like WoW hardcore mode, you lose it forever.
That's called
But
Rust.
yeah, Rust is also that's what I'm saying.
Rust is not party restrictive.
Yeah,
You
infinitely
can go
better than
ham in Rust.
infinitely better than Arc Raiders. Not a hot take. That's why
Yeah,
I'm right.
not a hot take.
My point
Although-
is everybody plays too many games. All right, let's all just go back to Call of Duty. Okay, let's just all.
Yeah, let's go back to the time where there's 4 games you played: Call of Duty or Halo, whatever's more recent.
Exactly.
League
Maybe
of
throw some
Legends.
Battlefield in there.
Yeah, League of Legends and Street Fighter at the arcade specifically.
Hey,
Unless
Minecraft isn't party restrictive.
you are
True.
that's
True.
yeah. Unless you are a 35-year-old white man, then you also play DDR.
You also play DDR.
Yeah, you're holding the back rail with your legs flailing everywhere. If you feel called out, you should feel called out.
Your words. Probably talking to you.
Go back to round 1.
Man.
So, are we actually going straight down this list, or do you guys want to pick and choose?
I mean, if we don't feel like something is a hot take, I feel like we're allowed to
So
hop around.
Yeah, these top 2 I put were kind of like general, kind of.
I think the second thing, I don't agree with you. I think
so.
I'm assuming you mean like
Coming
some truth to this.
Coming more from Steam tags directly.
Okay.
When you
I think
look,
Steam tags are shit.
they are
So
fucking shit.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Okay, if it's not a hot take, we can just fucking.
I would say I think we can move on because it's like okay, like I'm looking at the Hollow Knight popular tags, right? For example, it says Metrovania, platformer, Souls-like, which it isn't at all. Difficult. Just because it's hard doesn't make it a Souls-like. Difficult is fair. 2D is fair. Indie is fair. Like, but you can kind of get the idea of the game, and that's what genres are meant for, right? It's not.
I don't know. It's like I feel like the genres are being more of kind of how EDM started subgenre down. It's kind of just like a generalization, all right? It's like survival doesn't mean one thing anymore. Survival can mean like building, crafting, what have you. Or it could mean you need to manage your water, your food, your calories, your shit intake. Like
the action genre. Action? What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what does action mean anymore? Like it means so many things now. So it's just like
back in the day, action was like, oh, beat 'em ups. Oh, active frame stuff that you're just running around killing things. And then you had adventure games were distinctly different because they had puzzles and story.
Yeah.
But now everything has a little bit No, I mean I agree with that. I think if we're also if we're gonna talk about the way that Steam, because Steam like crowdsources their tags.
Yeah, I think that's half the problem is they fucking just kind of They don't like moderate or anything, and people just put whatever the fuck they feel like. It's like you the biggest one, bro. Absolute biggest one. Roguelike versus roguelite.
Oh,
Some games do have both aspects. I will give them that. But there are certain ones that are only a roguelike or a roguelite. And they're always intertwined. And
that's
they're
because nobody knows what the fuck rogue is. That's the problem. All right, children, sit down. We're gonna do a little bit of story time. Rogue is a game from the 90s that has 3 distinct things that other games have stolen from it. 1, 2 sets of consumables that you could pick up that are randomized every time, usually distinguished by either a symbol or a color. So like if you have a red potion, you don't know what the fuck the red potion does until you drink it, kind of thing. Binding of Isaac has pills. Great example of a roguelike. And then you have procedurally generated dungeons as you climb down, and when you die, you start at nothing. That is what makes it a rogue-like, because that is the rogue thing, and rogue isn't even the first one to do it. Is uh that is a roguelike. I think the last actual roguelike that I've ever played is either Pixel Dungeon on your phone or Binding of Isaac. Roguelite is literally anything else that is like, hey, I have to fucking progressively get better at the thing and figure it out. But roguelite is a fake genre at this point because nobody knows what it is. Like Hades is not a roguelike, even though everybody wants to call it a roguelike.
the way I see the biggest difference is
People call it faster than light.
w-
FTL fucking
rogue
roguelike.
well the way I
Kill me.
see it difference wise is roguelike is and I could be getting this mixed up as well because I'm like thinking really hard on it. Is roguelike is more of the micro like items and stuff differ procedurally generated, and rogue light is when like the levels are procedurally generated, the macro generation.
So
That
anything that
that's 2 different things.
no.
Yeah.
So a roguelite, which is technically the broader genre, right? Is
Lite.
Lite, yeah.
Okay.
Is supposed to be a roguelite is supposed to be basically anything that you start back at 0 every time you lose or succeed in a run, and you use the knowledge that you have generated to make better decisions in the future. Slay the Spire, Binding of Isaac, Faster Than Light. I could probably name Balatro would be a roguelite,
Yeah.
for example. A rogue like with a K is supposed to be very similar to the gameplay to the thing that it's referenced. Which is Rogue, which is, like I said, I think the last actual rogue like that I have ever played is Binding of Isaac or Pixel Dungeon on the Android.
Yep.
But people don't know that. It's just too generic of a term.
Well,
Like,
so
I know that for a while that any card deck builder roguelike just started be calling Spire likes because Slay the Spire was the first to do it.
the best way to put it, I think, is um
Anything with an upgrade system is not a roguelike. Also, to be clear, it's supposed to be the advantage that you get is
exactly.
purely knowledge based.
So roguelike is is a different, like, okay, so you go through each level and it's different every time, right? And you get upgrades per going through each level, but you don't get macro upgrades if you die. If you get macro upgrades, then it's a rogue light.
I blame Dark Souls for this, by the way. It's explicitly. Because normally it's just like, oh, if it's at all similar, it's like, because that's what like means, right? You know what's kind of like an orange? A lemon. Like, that's what like means. That's what it's supposed to mean, right? But people wanted to get real pedantic about their Souls likes and their Souls lights and all that bullshit. Metrovania, as an example, is a genre. That's because the gameplay is very similar to the original Metroid and Castlevania games. Which is where like it's a little bit easier to just reference a game that's like it instead of calling it like an action platformer collectathon or whatever. Like that's too many words.
Which
Calling
is
it a
which is
Metroidvania.
kind of weird because one of the first things I ever learned about game development when you're creating a game document, the last thing you want to do is reference another fucking video game in your game document.
No, that's not. Genres are not for the game. You don't. You when you're selling something, that's
Well,
for the consumer, not for the game, right?
I'm just saying in general. But
We're not going to
like
go into marketing. We're not going to go into marketing. We're not going into marketing debate. That's fine. We're talking about gaming here, and it's a stupid term, and I agree with you. I don't think it's a hot take. We can move on. Because I've been fighting this fucking bullshit, this roguelike versus roguelite thing for years, and I think it's stupid.
figure it out, people.
To be very specific, I think roguelite should not be a genre. I think that's stupid. Nobody knows what rogue is. We can move on.
Yeah. What he said.
I want somebody. I need somebody either in chat right now or in the comments of any fucking where you hear me ranting about this, if they've ever played Rogue, the original game for the PC. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be a
I have not.
dozen.
I did not.
All right,
Yeah.
so
All right, moving on.
this one was interesting. So what do you mean by VC monitoring?
All right. So
God.
we came up, playing games, in like the good old Xbox 360 days, right?
Yeah.
And there was a time where there wasn't a lot of censoring for game chat at all. I mean, people could come in and
Oh,
say,
voice chat.
yeah.
I got there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
whatever the fuck they wanted to say, and you just had to be okay with it. Man, the number of times I've been called a hard R playing Call of Duty in my life, it's astounding. But I tell you
Same.
what, man, those are the times. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing better than knowing that like this person is using this word or whatever choice of words, and they have no idea. I'm about to smash your whole bloodline's about to feel what I'm gonna do to you when we get into this lobby.
So are we
It-
talking are we talking VC monitoring as in like the game
let me tell
developer
the
is
story.
monitoring or like
Yeah.
Just let me tell
No.
the stories.
no, keep going.
So
Okay.
what we're talking about is in game, right? When you use a certain set of words, these video game developers will tell you, "Hey, we're monitoring voice chat." All right. So
Okay.
if you want to say some spicy shit, you're gonna get banned, and you just got to be okay with it. Um, there was a time where that really, like you could report people, but I mean, come on, like where the reports really going? They weren't going anywhere. And so what I'm saying is that if you're a full blown adult like me, where you don't need a I don't need someone to tell me what I can and cannot hear because well, not bullying. No one's gonna bully me online. It's not happening. All right. I got the Joey daddies. You're not bullying anything. So me, I'm okay with it. If you want to talk that talk it, but also back it up. It fires me up. It gets me going. I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta go extra hard when this game starts. That kind of helped me have even more fun when I was playing COD back in the day. I mean, those are the stories that we always talk about. If you've never gone into a COD lobby and listening to other people talking on the mics and just start by saying, "Everybody shut the fuck up," and you just hear the whole lobby like just go crazy with you, and they're like, "Oh, who you talking to? Yeah, your mom." Like that fire was what made people play even harder. in those lobbies. And I feel like, we kind of lost that fire because the COD gods are watching us. You can't talk too much smack. You might get voice banned. Like, bro, I'm 35. I'm not 7. I don't need you to monitor. Like
The
what I'm saying.
children, bro.
So for the children's sake, put the children in a children fucking lobby and let me talk to some grown ass adults the way I want to. That's all I'm saying.
That
If you have the capacity to hear a word and not take it serious and understand that's just banter to get people in the mode so they can go into the game and go crazy. Like if your brain can't process that, yeah, maybe you should be turning on, put yourself into these lobbies, where everyone's nice and everyone just got off Fortnite, and they're being fine and playing Roblox after this. Go into those lobbies. Put me in the grown lobbies. I want to be in the unfiltered lobbies. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I'm going to pivot this so that Juice doesn't get canceled. Because I do agree.
No one's canceling me, okay, over this. Like the way that it is now, it is what it is. Like there's nothing I can do to change it. But
No.
at the same time, if you gave me
So
the
I
option,
do.
it's like mature games versus teen games. They have the labels. Based on
I
the
need-
labels.
There needs to be like, okay. So I think there's two things to address here specifically. One, I do think children should be banned from voice comms in general. I think they shouldn't be talking to other children on games in either. Right? I think that system is just abusable in so many ways. I think that if you are under the age of 16, probably minimum, you should just not be allowed to participate in voice comms. Period.
valid.
Whether you should be separated in lobbies or whatnot, who cares? I do think that some amount of monitoring is. I think that we have swung the pendulum a little bit too much the other way,
Sure. Yeah.
Right. Like, if we're in game and someone is just being racist, they should just be banned. Right? Not for the words that they're saying, but for the things that they are saying. Right? You're getting what I'm saying, right? Like it's not about the words. They can call me a dirty chink all they want, but like I think that like at a certain point it needs to be like, that's why I'm like maybe 18. Because like some people don't know it's just like about being heated, right? Because that's different. Because that's different for sure. But we've grown. We know.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
can't
that's
like
the point,
hard.
is
I
we've grown.
can't hard endorse it the way that it is written in front of me on this screen over this way. But I know what you're saying, and I agree. I think we did the monitoring a little bit too aggressively because of the children. But I don't think that children in general should be interacting with even other stranger children, right? That they don't know anything about, that they haven't actually, like, that's crazy to me. It's kind of crazy that we can do it as, like I said, we are adults. We should have some amount of expectation that we can handle our own relationships.
Yeah, just keep it to like Xbox parties and shit. Like,
Yeah, but if it's like five fucking, even if it's like 5 fucking 13-year-olds all in a voice lobby together, like if they're all strangers, that kind of feels weird. In GL, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, and then at that point, it's like, all right, how do you determine who is
Yeah, who's
capable
actually
of being in these type of lobbies, right?
also think about
Oh,
how often people lie about their ages.
oh
People
my
will
God,
creep.
yeah,
People will creep down there. Like
yeah,
it's
100%.
I'm just saying, children shouldn't be on voice comms.
100%.
That might be a hot take, but I think children should be on voice comms. Period. I think that
I think
voice comms
that's
in general have.
I think that's completely valid.
I think voice.
Children shouldn't be on voice comms for sure.
But at the same time, I think Juice is correct. I think we have gone too far in the other direction. Banning words versus banning content, like context.
Yeah.
Sure,
I think
sure,
is,
sure,
I
sure.
think is the core issue. And that is what I'm gonna have to say to save Juice's ass here.
I like the way you put it. I will say I do like the way you put it. You know, I tend to be the one who just doesn't mind just saying like what's on my mind sometimes. You know, so like, hey, listen, if I have a not so PC way of doing things, then that's why Quank's here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
as the hot take.
Is that why
As the
Quake's
hot take
here?
master. As the
The
guy
hot
who
take
rises like
master.
as the guy who's been tightrope walking that I'm Gordon Levitt on that in that one movie with the fucking between the Empire State Building, you know, the Twin Towers where he's like line walking. Do you know what the
Oh, I
fuck
don't
is that
remember
movie?
that.
Oh, the fuck.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's like
So
a true story where
what's this next one? Who wrote this one down?
probably me.
Man, this
Yeah,
is
games.
interesting.
Okay, games
This
need
is interesting considering the fucking 2 episodes ago we did.
Yeah, games need less voice acting. And I don't mean that like. So let me be very clear. I think too many parts of video games are voice acted. Right? As much as I'm also kind of at this point in my life a cutscene skipper. I'll admit that.
Sure.
I understand why those are fully voice acted or whatnot. But why the fuck when I walk up to an NPC to try to buy some potions or some items, does he have to always be like, "Oh, hello, stranger. Welcome to the armory. I
Okay,
have so much. Oh, thank you for the purchase." Like, what the fuck?
okay. Well, I'm gonna hammer this on you as a big one. Would you rather that, or would you rather read the different amount of text every single time and have a little black bar on your screen?
I would rather have the text because the text is there anyways. Because you're also reading.
That's a
faster.
good point. That's a good question.
You are also reading faster than they'll ever talk. So if you're playing it the way that you're like processing the information, the voice lines just don't match up.
I mean, that's just the ADHD talking. That's
It's not even. It's not even.
that's
I just really like. There's no reason for all these lines that you know people are not just gonna sit through listening to over and over again to be voice acted. It's the same thing with like, as somebody who plays a lot of, ironically, as a cutscene skipper, I played a lot of like visual novel style games as well. Doki Doki Literature Club as an example. Not all of those lines need to be voice acted. You are clicking through them as fast as you're reading them because it's basically a book. Right? That's why the genre is called a visual novel.
Well, okay, so I can see that. Okay, so in the aspect of having both, it is kind of redundant. If it's one or the other, I can see it. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. Like if it's both, you're reading faster than they're talking, anyways. So
yeah, and it's also like I'm also not talking about like important like story stuff or anything where you really should be just absorbing the information, right?
Yeah,
Because I think that all of those should kind of be cutscenes anyways, if it's like that important. Or you're just sitting through like listening to them talk, and if you want to skip it, you can, but that's on you. Like you have to actively skip it. I'm talking about the random NPC you accidentally talked to who's like, "Oh, I'm looking at flowers." Why does she have to say why did you pay someone to say that? Like it games have a really hard time of towing this line, and I don't know why. It is
I think it's there. It's there to quote unquote give life to games in sense of like,
Sure.
if you walked up to somebody like in a game, right, you would either expect that text to show up on screen or you just sit there confused, right? Because
Well,
you
well,
interacted quote unquote with an NPC and nothing happened, right? If that text doesn't show up on screen, you're just sitting there like, did I
I'm
actually
so
press a
glad.
button?
I'm so glad you said that because most of these people, the way that they also talk to you makes it seem like you're so important to the world, which in most of these games, as far as they're concerned, you are not. Right? They're just living their lives. You're just walking up to them and being like, "Hey," right? And they might just say hi, or they're NPC. Once again, not every single fucking NPC in this fucking city needs to have a voice line when I walk up to them and hit the A button. Sometimes
But
sometimes though they can just look at you and keep moving on. Like it's fine. Also, if there's text, like I said, most of the time you do have to have text involved when you're talking to NPCs that are interactable for various, accessibility reasons. Not all those lines have to be voice acted either, especially ones that are just on repeat. The throwaway NPCs to just actually bring life to the world.
Yeah.
Those don't need voice acting. Honestly, half of those people don't need actual lines because that's not how the way that some of these NPCs interact with the main character is so wild. You like talk to this lady in a town and they're like, "Man, my husband's been gone for 3 days due to the war, but all I guess I can do is tend to these tomatoes." And you're like,
Oh,
is
yeah,
that
you like hear that as you're walking by, is it something like that?
yeah, or not even walking by, like you accidentally hit A on them and they're saying this shit and you hit A again and you're like,
well,
I don't need
so
this.
okay, so
It
things like that I feel should be like a side quest kind of thing. Like
no,
you hear
exactly.
some weird shit and you're like, all right, that should be a side quest. Oh wait,
Exactly.
you're just randomly saying that for no reason. Like,
No,
cool.
I think we're on the same page. I think I'm
Yeah,
bringing you guys onto the
yeah.
same page where there's like a lot of these things where you're just like walking by or just clicking A just to like see if there's some side quest that can happen. But half the time it's not important. Half the time it is just world building, and half the time the world building is shit because it is just somebody explaining what the world is. And none of those things need voice acting. I honestly think that if it's not an actual character moment, you don't need a voice behind it. If it's because a lot of the time it's just information. And I understand that people want to get attached to these characters, but I think you can do that with good writing
Yeah.
without a voice and attach the voice somewhere else. I think ironically Diablo 3 does a really good job of that. I haven't played Diablo
Mm,
4, so I don't know if where you're just like walking around and people will be like, "Oh, excuse me," and then just like kind of move along their day. Great.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And as soon as you
Liquid
actually
Redemption
like
2 did that really well.
as soon as you have
Did
to
that really well.
actually talk to people, they shut the fuck up and just show you the text that you need to see.
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
I think we went too far in the other direction. It's there are some games. I was talking about this with somebody, and they're like, "Oh, Xenoblade. Xenoblade does a really fucking good job of. They just kind of let all the voice lines fly." And I was like, "Man, that's not a solution."
I feel though.
But yeah, but I think that people are like, "Oh, we need to make everyone feel like a person." Fucking GTA San Andreas does a good job of that shit.
Yeah.
Every time that like you need to get like the fucking Simpsons hit and run, like the old game, I feel like we just swung in the other direction where people like developers feel like they need to give a voice to everyone for them to feel like a person. When you
Mhm.
just need them to
Yeah.
say some shit when you accidentally run into them with your car and they miraculously get up. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I get that.
that's fair. This
This,
this next one, I don't know what the hell this is talking about.
If you
yeah,
return a game, you should be blocked from buying it again. for at least 2 years. And this is for 3 reasons. 1, to save me from myself. All right.
What the fuck?
If you have decided that the game is not for you, it's not for you. And when I'm specifically talking like Steam or fucking like digital downloads, you know?
Yeah.
Because you've clearly said to the store you don't want it. Some people be like, "Oh, my friends are on it now," and then just like waste money. I on a thing that they clearly don't like, even if it's with their friends and stuff like that. Like they tried it once, they're like, "Nah," but everyone's on it.
That's how they make the money.
Yeah, let people return shit and not like there needs to be. It doesn't have to be 2 years. I put a random. I honestly was like something that's a significant amount of time.
He said some egregious shit.
Yeah, 2 years is a long time. I did just put in a
At least a month. I'd say,
I
like,
mean,
you know, a month or something like that.
I mean,
month or two.
that's literally the point right there, though. Is like there have been so many games that I have. I mean, I wouldn't say have bought and returned and then bought again, but like so many games I wouldn't normally buy myself. But then a bunch of friends are like, "Hey, we're playing this game," and I'm like, "Sure, I'll pick it up, whatever."
Yeah, and then you have like 2 hours in it. You're like, oh, I
And then
guess,
you never touch it again.
and then you're like, I guess I'll return it. But then your friends are like, hey, we're getting back on this all of a sudden. I need a valid excuse not down to buy it again. I'm,
Well, that's on
but
you,
also,
buddy. That's
but also, I feel like people do this. I've heard a couple. This might just be my circles, to be fair.
no.
But people,
I've definitely bought a game before, took it back because I didn't really like it, and then a bunch of friends actually start playing it, and I'll pick it up again. I was like,
yeah.
that.
But
That's the
and
other
then
weird thing nowadays is like I will buy games to play with other people more than I would buy it for myself. Kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just
That's the
think that
thing.
people do. I mean, I really this applies to the people who will like do this 2 or 3 times with the same game.
People do this?
Well,
Yeah,
honestly, like if I bro, if I'm gonna
I
be
almost did it with
completely honest,
Phasmophobia.
if Model didn't like fucking jump on the
We're not
train of like every other game that I bought and I didn't have somebody to play with, I probably wouldn't have got Arc Raiders. I probably wouldn't have gotten Marathon. Bro, like there's a whole bunch of games I probably wouldn't have got if I didn't have somebody to play it with.
Yep.
And that's just, I guess that's the reality. It's not that the games aren't good. It's just kind of like my, I guess, style of where I'm at. It's like if it's not an immersive single player game, if it's a multiplayer experience, I'd rather not play it by myself. Like it's that simple.
Yeah, it's just I know people. Like I said, this just might be like my group. I know enough people that this is kind of like in the forefront of my brain, who have like bought a game 2 or 3 times. Uh, if I was less lazy, that would probably be me and Dead by Daylight. Where like every time that I try to get away from the game, let's fucking play. I'm like, I don't want to play this game.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's one game I'll hard not touch.
I mean, there are a lot of it's mainly like single player games where people will be like, oh, this isn't my cup of tea, and like, oh, you should play it, really. And I'm like, I bought it, but
Or it shouldn't.
yeah, I bought it, but I haven't like touched it in my Steam library, and so I returned it. And I'm like,
You know,
no,
actually, a 1v4 game I actually kind of miss, and this might be a hot take in itself, is
1v4?
fucking Evolve. Y'all remember that shit?
nope.
The fucking giant ass fucking monster versus the 4 hunters.
Nope.
Y'all don't remember Evolve?
That sounds familiar.
You
This
definitely
is
played it. We definitely played it.
I
It did
don't
not last long. It was maybe
So
like a
far.
month and a half game, not even.
that it's probably way outside of what, especially if it was this an Xbox thing?
Yeah, the big ass
don't know.
like there was like a Godzilla type monster, like a kind of like flying like wraith kind of like monster, and just you're on this big desolate fucking planet, and you got kind of like what's the game? The fucking um like the dwarf miner team kind of people. You know, you got your fucking 4 hunters, you got your jetpack dude. They're just all different classes of people, and all 4 just taking down this one fucking 1v4 monster, like fucking Godzilla or whatever. That was a good one. I think it was a good one, but nobody fucking played it. That was when 1v4s were first being introduced too, so nobody really got into it.
I will say
For whatever reason.
my next 3 are all the same thing basically. Are all like one after the other thoughts.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Get out of here. That was fucking.
I apparently that's just me. That's fine. It's I can accept that.
That's
just
that's a you problem, not an industry problem. All right.
I didn't. We're not talking. We're talking about generally gaming complaints. That's fine. If that's like my social circle specific.
Unfortunately, as I kind of agree with the premise of this one, it's also kind of ass. All right. Again.
Let's just read it.
Okay, so I'm saying when I say that you should be able to get banned for being too competitive in casual modes, what I specifically mean is from casual modes, not from the game. Like it's not like a full ban.
Okay.
The game should be able to force you into playing ranked. Get over your fucking anxiety. If you're gonna have an ego, prove it.
Well, how are they going to prove that?
By playing ranked modes, by playing the competitive modes, and being asked in the competitive mode.
But how are they gonna force you to play ranked, bro? That's what.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean they're just gonna ban you from the casual mode. You have 2 options, not to play or play the competitive mode. The thing is like there are 2 types of people who play casual modes in like PvP games, right? People who are there to fuck around, or I should say 3. There are people there to fuck around and just have a good time. There are people who are testing shit, right? Who want to test shit without getting their ranked points, their ladder division affected. And the fucking shitters who are too scared to fucking play ranked. I want to scream at everyone for not taking the game seriously.
Well,
And I'm saying that third option should not be playing casual game mode.
so I think this can
Create a safe space.
This can be easily solved every time. Having people be too quote unquote too competitive in a casual mode could be solved every time with a good matchmaking system.
No. The only reason why I know this is because currently League of Legends is going through a whole thing where we created a reminder. League of Legends has an iron tier, which is below bronze because people were so ass.
Damn.
We're having another thing where people are so ass that then they need to go down another. They're thinking about creating like a wood tier under that.
Wait, how?
Damn.
Wait, iron is below bronze?
Yeah, it goes iron, bronze, silver, gold, plat, emerald, diamond, masters, grandmasters, challenger.
That's
in league right now.
Okay, that's weird. Anyway.
And that's part of the reasons is that people keep getting bullied in fucking iron for not knowing how to fucking play the game.
I mean, valid. Because they're iron. Because they don't know how to
they
play the game.
But if you're also in iron, you also don't know how to.
Yeah.
To be clear, if you're not in diamond, you don't know how to play the game. But if you're playing a ranked mode, it makes more sense to be upset and like care more, right? You have more emotions tied to the video game when you're playing a ranked mode compared to a casual mode, especially if it's like a casual side mode, right? I haven't played a casual mode in forever, but I think outside of League of Legends, but like League of Legends has, ARAM, which is like 5v5 one lane, or the old 3v3 map.
So I think that's another aspect when it comes to ranked is I don't know, people it like when you're in rank playing ranked, especially in a low rank, you should not have a fucking ego. You
No,
all
yeah,
suck. Everybody sucks. If you're below fucking
Yeah.
platinum, you should not have a fucking opinion how somebody else plays because
but
you're not in fucking platinum. And
I agree.
yet you have all these fucking shit ass fucking kids. Oh, I saw a video online and this is how you should do it. And then that also goes to the fact of like since we're using League of Legends as an example, it's like you can only play as good as you can play, and then you just kind of have to rely on your teammates to play as good as they can play, and
Yep.
then you just got these kids sitting here trying to tell people how to fucking play, and it's just like it's a team game at the end of the day. You can't really dictate how you're gonna climb in a fucking team game because it's always gonna be based off of how your teammates fucking play. All you can do is communicate with your fucking teammates. Don't sit there
Uh,
and try to ego them and tell them what to fucking do because you're all in fucking iron, bro.
yeah.
You all suck.
Like I say, as bad as it is in a ranked mode, right? In an actual mode where everyone's trying to compete for points, arbitrary points, and ELO and all that shit. That's where you do it. Don't bring it to your casual games. That's like the fucking bro who goes to poker night with a hoodie and fucking sunglasses. Even those are just the bros playing just for an excuse to drink and shit on like their
Well,
workplace.
that's the thing is it's those egotistical players that think they're good enough to fucking
Yep.
carry an entire lobby, and then they're sitting there trying to tell an entire lobby of people who don't give a fuck how to play the
Yeah.
fucking game.
Do you know what you do with that guy at poker night?
Fucking
You
kick
tell him
them
to
out.
chill the fuck. Yeah, you tell him to chill the fuck out or don't come to poker night. And I'm saying do that the same within the games. If these people can't understand that some people just want to come home to a casual experience and play with some randos and just kind of hang out. Cause
Well,
man,
that's
hanging out
kind
with
of why I brought
randos
up.
in chat in a casual game mode in the most stupid way to be like, damn, I just shit on you, and then being like, no, you fucking didn't. We're gonna go fight it out over here, fucker.
Well, that's kind of why I
Knives
brought
only.
up.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I brought up the whole matchmaking
Great.
thing. Is like, sure, there's like pros and cons to it, but like if you even out, because a lot of games nowadays they have their ranked matchmaking system and they have their casual matchmaking system.
But that doesn't fit the ego. I'm saying that if you're gonna, the whole thing that I'm saying is that if you're going to have an ego, regardless of what rank you are,
Be good first.
or regardless of whatever, if you're gonna have an ego, knowing you're playing a casual thing, that even the best of people are not gonna try hard, right? Because it literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then you should not be allowed to be in those casual matches. You should be banned from them, and you should be forced to, for at least a certain amount of time. Just go play ranked. If you want to have an ego, go play ranked and with the people who you're supposed to be competing with.
I kind of agree with this. And
Let
the
me dig
reason
around with
why I
Pistol.
do is because that's the reason why I stopped playing League. When I first got into League for the first time, was it 2 years ago, I was just doing ARAMs. And ARAMs are fun. I was like, oh, this is sick. I love this. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me go play Summoner's Rift, man. Let me learn let me
game.
learn the game, the way it's supposed to be learned. And I mean, game one, it was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I was like, bro, I literally was like, dude, this is literally my first game. Thinking people were like, all right, my bad. All right, listen, here's what you got to do. No one understood. They're like, it's your first game? You're shit. I'm like, that's
Exactly.
what I'm saying. It's my first game. Like, do you have any tips? Yeah, stop sucking. Oh, all right. Well, I tell you what, you guys have fun with this Alt F4. It's the reason
Yeah.
why I stopped playing it. So I agree. Like, let there be a casual mode where just a bunch of noobs can just be like, look, we're learning together,
Yeah,
guys.
it
Let's have
doesn't.
some fun.
It doesn't even have to be noobs. It literally could. It just that nobody there cares enough to
Mhm.
like. People just need a place to be silly. It's really all
I
it is.
agree.
With rando, people need to be silly with randos. If I want to run around Valorant with just a pistol, fucking 16
Being dumb as
rounds.
fuck, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Custom
but every
That
time,
games.
shit's fun sometimes.
every time I get a headshot, everyone pops the fuck off. Let's go. Like, that's what I'm saying. If someone's complaining to you to not peek a corner in a pistol game, dog, we're all here. We're all here to bunny hop around the whole map, swinging our knives and then flicking our pistol and missing every shot. That's what we're here to do.
I think it
Yeah.
just comes down to a fucking ego problem. People, y'all have too big of fucking egos for no reason. Y'all playing fucking video games for arbitrary points that don't even fucking matter. Again, if you're
Yeah.
below fucking platinum and you're not even like attempting to have a pro gaming career of any type, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
We're in the fucking
Yeah.
game. Like everybody's just there to have fun. And as long as you play your best and everybody else plays their best, y'all have fun. But if you're gonna just sit there and have a fucking ego that fucking every character of every fucking game and every fucking strat, nobody's gonna have fun. It's just
Yeah.
that time that you take trying to tell somebody else how to do their fucking. It's like you're fucking working at fucking Walmart trying to tell a fucking game developer how to fucking do their job. It's like nobody's gonna fucking listen to you. Like stick in your lane,
It's those
play your
goddamn
fucking game.
Monolitos.
I will.
Goddamn.
I will say that I recently did accidentally play a casual game that I didn't know was a casual game until the fucking 10 minutes in of League of Legends, and I was destroying like 3 people 1v3, which happens sometimes. I'm not so the variety of people that I play against is very high, right? Some people are fucking will destroy me, some people get clapped. And so I didn't see anything weird until I like really was like, oh, I'm so far ahead. Why should I should make some adjustments to my build, do some other stuff. And I started looking and I was like, this isn't in the game. Wait. Oh shit. I really just try harded on people for no reason.
That's it.
Granted,
it.
I didn't type any I'm not typing, I'm not saying anything. I'm not like that toxic. But I also have like
Usually.
my chat muted. Yeah, usually. Not in game. Not in game. Out of game. If you heard the words that I say versus the things that I type in game, I'm definitely the guy that'd be like, I don't understand why these fucking idiots don't know what the fuck they're doing. I can't believe that they're fucking all over here despite it's such an easy to win thing. We just use our utility right here. It's so easy, blah blah blah.
I mean,
In-game. Nice try, guys. Next time.
That's right, GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of.
Basically.
I've been getting better at it over the years. Kind of just like, you go it again. It kind of goes back to the whole ego thing, and I'm not saying I'm saying I'm far from not inside this ego bubble at times. But going into a game assuming everybody knows everything. Also,
Yep.
That's like and that just puts disappointment for yourself towards other people because you're just like, I
Your
expected
expectations are
you.
way too high.
Yeah, I expected you to know this thing but you don't know this thing, so I'm sad about it instead of telling them the thing. And it's become even more prominent in marathon right now too, because there's I'm not even gonna lie, there's one, if we are like having a bad night and we just want to farm gear, we will go on the first map and we will just wipe entire lobbies until we get a decent amount of gear back, and then we'll go on the next couple maps. And one thing on the first map, since there's only 5 teams that spawn, there's about a 60-70% chance that 2 of those teams are going to spawn next to each other. And when we get those spawns, I'm always heading towards a certain direction to see if that second team is there. And I've become increasingly noticed that if I don't say something to, usually, again, we usually have a third as a rando. If I don't say something to the rando, they're going to run straight in and not even know that there's a team spawning over there. So it's like half the time when a fucking rando goes in and fucking gets their shit pushed in, I just look over at Modeled and I'm just like, I didn't say anything, did I? Like, forgot to tell the rando that there's gonna be a team there. Like, it's just that simple. Like, if you expect something, chances are the other person is not going to expect that something. So relay that fucking information, right? Like, don't just expect somebody to know some fucking obscure information just because you know it and you saw it on a fucking YouTube video or TikTok one time, right? Not everybody sees the same TikTok. Not everybody has the same fucking feed. Like, not everybody consumes media the same that everybody else consumes media. If you have information, share the fucking information. It's not that hard. And guess what? That goes along with today's society. But we're not going to get into that because fuck that subject right now.
we are a little over, and honestly, my other 2 are basically the same thing. I did just want to leave off on, this was really hard to do because a lot of my gaming hot takes have already been out there. Fucking bring me voice comms to fighting games. Let me shit on some shitters.
Hell yeah, dude. Voice comms to fighting games would be sick.
Okay.
Honestly,
that'd be fire.
If you're gonna teabag me, I need to shit talk you the entire rest of the like.
Honestly, unless you guys had something else to do, I was completely prepared to chop this up into 2 fucking segments.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because
this was a lot of me today.
I mean, if you guys are down, because we have like 3 more to go through, and we could definitely talk a lot more.
I have one real quick. I got one real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. All right.
RTS games are shit. Yeah, I saw you deleted it from the list. I gotta say it anyways.
Delete it. Wait. Hold up. I did not delete it.
On the list anymore.
Hold on. We're going through the edits right now. Wait,
no, you didn't. I thought you deleted it. Wait,
no, I don't.
Did you accidentally delete it when you screenshot?
Where's the edits? Where's the edits? Hold up.
I'm looking through the version history right now.
Where's the fucking version history?
You did delete them. It does say. Oh no.
Wait, no way.
It's all anonymous. It was deleted yesterday at 2:49 p.m.
It's anonymous. Oh well, both ways. It was my take. You know, I in fact didn't. I'm pretty sure we spoke about this earlier in the week, but I just felt like it pisses me off that you put me in a game where you're like, here's your objective, here's what you need to do, and I'm like, all right. Where's my character to go do it? They're like, no. You don't control the character. You control, like, you just tell the character what you want it to do, and then it does it for you. And I was like, and this is the feeling that I had from a child. I remember playing Final Fantasy VII as a kid, and I was like, wait. So you're telling me that I don't get to do it myself? It does it for me? Like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? I want to do it myself.
You're talking about like every single fucking RPG known to man.
Well,
Well,
it's like. Go ahead. Sorry.
hold on. So I do disagree with what you're verbally saying right now.
Okay. Okay. Let me hear this.
However, I agree with the initial statement that RTS games are shit.
Oh, so your reasoning as to why this shit is different than my reasoning. Is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Because I
Fair
think
enough.
why you think they're shit is the reason why, like, the reason why you think they're shit is the reason why. How do I say this? You're bad at RTSs, and that's why you think they're shit. I think they're shit because
No.
they're so hard to get good at.
No. It was never that. It was. I've always enjoyed playing games where I control the character, where like the skill is in
Yeah,
my mechanical
that ex-
ability,
that is
as opposed to like just
explicitly
understanding and mastering macro and knowing that at 23
nah.
seconds exactly, if you deploy this unit, you will. It's like, I mean, that's cool and all, but like I want to be the one to do it.
I
I
got
want to
to
feel my hands do the task and go, damn, bro, I just did that. You know, like that. That's
I
where
got,
I personally get my enjoyment out of a gaming experience. That's why I like playing Call of Duty and all that shit, because
So you just don't like
right?
no,
RTSs.
no,
It's the mechanical, like the mechanical skill required to play the game at a high level.
this
That's
is the reason
like
this is the
not
reason
necessarily
why.
just like studying, you know.
Sure, this is why I know that you weren't ever good at RTSs. Because
Okay, let me know.
I got top 0.5% on the StarCraft 2 ladder,
Don't care, but keep going.
explicitly ignoring macro because I didn't want to deal with it. Uh, my hands were just better
Wait a
and
minute.
faster.
Hold on. I don't think you heard what I was saying. So, for
So
example,
yeah,
when we played Deadlock, was like a month or two ago.
sure.
You look at the stat sheet, right?
Sure.
And you're like, all right, this character's got 50,000 damage. This character's got 20,000. This character's got 4,000 damage. It's like, how did this character, who is literally a damage fiend, manage to do absolutely nothing, right?
Yep.
And it a lot of it comes down to, all right, well, maybe you weren't hitting your shots, because that character specifically is a skill shot character. In order to do something, you have to connect your bullets to your opponent, right?
Yeah.
So
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
exactly.
is there macro involved in a MOBA? Yes, there is.
No,
well,
but
so
like you're
Macro's
not hearing
important.
I think
you're not
where
hearing what I'm saying.
Where Mike's inherently coming from is he would rather be the fucking space marine than control an army of space marines. Like
He
that's
would
essentially where he's coming from.
rather not. He
Put
wouldn't
me
want
on
to
the
be,
fucking ground.
yeah.
Put me on the ground,
So
bro.
Rather
not
than having
not
me sacrifice individual space
I,
marines so that everyone else can be a hero.
so not
no,
exactly that
despite
RTSs are
because you're
shit. He
talking
just doesn't
you're
like
talking
how it
about the
is.
reason why RTS games exist. What I'm saying is I don't like RTS games because of the reason why they exist. So it's different. Like, I want to be on the ground. I don't want to be the one in the building going, you go here, you go here. Like, let me do it. Let me do the shit.
So okay, so
That's where I get my
I guess
enjoyment.
I disagree.
That's where my dopamine release comes from.
I
Is from being the
disconnect.
one that actually
Sure.
does it.
I
I'm going
disconnect
to
from that aspect a lot because what I get dopamine from is just mechanical prowess, right? If someone's throwing a grenade and the only way that grenade goes off is someone runs into it, if I have an army of 100 people that would all die just naturally walking, but I save 99 of them and I win the fight because I was able to perfectly manage 100 individual dots, because that's all they are. They're just dots to me. I sound like a psychopath. Individual dots. Just so one of them dies and I win because of that, because of my superior ability to click on the map, click my individual keystrokes, because I am playing with 400 fucking APM. That's where I get my dopamine from, which
Not
is just
impressed.
physically
So
having
I'm sorry.
better.
well, so you're
I'm not impressed.
we're
I'm
not
not.
really making an argument here because at the end of the day, Mike just wants to use WASD to run away from that grenade, and Quang wants to use the fucking mouse click to run away from that grenade.
Yeah,
So
I want to
really,
have
it really doesn't
mouse
matter.
clicks. No. I want to have better mouse clicks because I will say at like my peak, I had better mouse clicks than most like
Okay,
CS:GO
so
players with 3 times the DPI.
let's pivot this real quick. And I'm
What's more
going.
skillful in RTS or
No,
or
let's just pivot this in general because I have a burning question that I'm going to. I know for a fact I'm going to regret asking this in an online space. Not for the reasons you guys think. There's no negativity at all, but I'm gonna regret putting this in the public space. But
I'll
since we're
bring
on this
negativity right now.
since we're on this topic, I want to hear what would make Mike in an RTS setting. What would make you want to play kind of in an RTS setting of a game, but you still control one character? So like say Quang was playing the RTS, right? He was commanding the battlefield, but he gave you an order. What would make you want to follow that order?
You're describing the worst RTS in the game or in the
What
world.
would make me want to follow an order that he gave me in a game? So
Yeah.
I guess we could use this example with the grenade, right?
Yeah,
He says, "There's a grenade coming for you guys. We need one of you guys to jump on that grenade. Who's going to do it?" And I go, "I'll do it." Like you're asking, what would it compel me to sacrifice myself for the greater good of the unit?
Yeah.
exactly.
I guess that would be it. Sacrificing myself for the greater good of the unit, right? Like,
Let's just say in the 100-person scenario, 100 in that 100-person scenario, they're all individual players. Quang is the top-down entity, like controlling / giving the command to all the 99 people to run away from the grenade, and he tells you to
Yep.
jump on it. What's compelling you to follow that command?
I mean, I would have to assume that he has a plan and he knows how he wants to execute that plan. And the only way to do so is, via that command that he just gave me. I would have to assume, yeah. I'd have to assume that he has there's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may not see that because I'm the soldier on the field, right?
Exactly. That's kind of so. I have been playing with, and we're kind of sort of gonna get off topic with this one. We could just redirect after this, but I've been playing with the fact of how do you create a top-down RTS for RTS lovers, but also the first-person aspect of FPS players within that same environment.
How do you scratch both itches in one game?
Yeah,
You can't. I will say
I
so.
think you probably could.
Nah, I think RTSs are shit. So this is the
I
problem.
think you
No,
could
no,
though.
no. The problem is that inherently the they're not shit. It's just
well,
in today's world, there's too many accessible games that don't make the reward of learning an RTS worth it. Because
well,
it is a huge skill floor. There's the skill floor is so high. Like if you're gonna talk about like one of the easiest RTSs, period, which is StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is an easy ass as far as like RTSs go. You still need to know what every fucking unit does in the game, period. You need to know if it's in the air, if it's on the ground. You need to know what high ground means. You need to know, like, before you even get, like, started. Like, this is, like, bronze level shit. And then, like, it's silver level shit. You have to know what openings look like. You send a fucking one of your workers over there and be like, oh, what they're doing. Oh, it looks like they have this many units on their fucking minerals, and they have this. This is all just like knowledge. This is the reason why Bobby Fischer doesn't like chess anymore. This is all like, this is at the core of what turns a lot of people off. And I agree with Juice is kind of shit because it's not the stuff that is cool.
Well,
Uh,
so the thing is, I think the biggest take from it too is like when you're playing an RTS, there everybody has a set stat. Everybody increments in the same stat progression. You
yeah,
upgrade one set of units, all those units get that same upgrade. If you're
Mhm.
in the
yeah,
hundred
because it's
person
like,
scenario, you know, you're going from 100 units in an RTS standpoint with complete auto aim and hitting every single shot to 100 randomized fucking people. Some hit their shots, some don't. Some know how to fucking move, some don't. It's
yeah,
that variable aspect that you're juggling within that quote unquote
I mean,
hypothetical environment.
that's just a MOBA,
True.
right? That is just a MOBA. That's why MOBAs are more popular, because the barrier entry is a lot lower than an actual just RTS. Like, the number of games of Dota that I have won actually controlling 3 characters, old Dota, when you were able to just like control characters, because I was able to jump around the map and I had the physical skill to do that at the time, where all of my clicks mattered. I can, despite being in 3 different places on the map, I can make sure that all of my clicks mattered. I can win fights controlling 3 different people accurately. Uh, it's not a lot. It's like 5 games total, and they're all against shitters, but it's it is more than you'd expect. It's same thing with like fucking StarCraft 2 came out with like an Archon mode, which is like 2 people control 1 base.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you divvy up the responsibilities. I accidentally got solo into Diamond in that game mode. And when I say accidentally, it's because the only other person at the time that I knew played StarCraft 2 had the worst fucking internet and would disconnect regularly. So it ended up just being
Yeah.
it ended up just being a 1v2 while I streamed to him on Discord. Or on Skype on the earlier days.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. We're like because it is a and this is kind of what turned me off from like shooters early on, because it just wasn't impressive to me. What really drew me to like RTS's early days was like precise clicks, absorbing as much information as quickly as possible, adjusting your movement, uh adjusting what you're building, adjusting your timings, adjusting everything, including how far apart on like a pixel level your units are before you start moving them across the map, or moving them across multiple points on the map and controlling everything, because that skill physically is impressive. Now, I got good at some of that. I got very good at some of that, specifically on the clicking stuff, and I pulled off some micro clicking and some bullshit that honestly I don't think will ever be replicated in any pro match of any video game. The type of precise
Oh,
clicking that I
here
did.
we go.
I don't have the ability to prove it. I don't have the ability to prove it. But I still think that it is more impressive than some of the bullshit that people in mid to low, like mid to high. I'm not talking about pros, but I'm like mid to high in like Deadlock or in Valorant, Counter Strike, Call of Duty. It's just the skill set doesn't require nearly as much, which means that people can be more accurate or whatever. But when I'm playing like Valorant, if I'm holding a point, or any fucking strategic shooter, or if I'm holding a point that's like 3 pixels wide, I'm shooting ahead basically every single time, because my reaction time in general is just If I don't have to pay to anything else except a fucking color change on my screen, I'm gonna hit it.
I'm calling bullshit.
You watched me do it.
I'm calling bullshit.
There are VODs on the XP Share
Listen,
channel.
shooters shoot. That's something that I understand about the FPS slash third person shooter genre. Shooters shoot. This is why, streamers can go from one game to the next and still be good in the next game. Like, it doesn't,
It just
your
sounds like
your
it's
mechanical
easy.
skill transfers,
Yeah, it
from
sounds
game
like
to
it's an
game.
easy
You know what I mean?
game. It's like
It's
easy game
it's
genre
it's
for
it's a
babies.
mouse that you use that you use for every game that you play. So if you're telling me that you're hitting easy pixel shots on Valorant, then I need you to also connect some shots on other games that you play as well. It can't just be like I could just oh, I'm doing it on this game, but on this
What's the last
game,
shooter that we played that I was
oh,
fucking top
listen,
fragging in over you guys? Shooters.
never, ever.
It
What?
wasn't
You-
Deadlock. It wasn't Deadlock. It was
it-
one of the one with the cards. The Frag Punk.
wait, are we talking about one game, or are we talking about consistently all night long?
I
'Cause
thought it was like half the games. I don't know. You were going
it was
wild though.
for sure
I'm
was
not.
not half the
He's
games. I can tell you that. Listen, if there's
you're
one thing
stretching there,
there's one
buddy.
thing I'm far more confident at. It's definitely understanding where my skill set lies, and it's there's no way you're just carrying me all day long in a game like Fragpot.
Oh, I'm not saying all
It's
day
not
long. I
happening.
wasn't saying all. That was definitely a few games.
I'll give you one game. And the thing about it is, most of the time when I'm playing these games with the boys, like I'm usually chilling. It's like we're vibing, unless I'm playing with Randon. When I'm playing with Randon, then we actually try because he loses
Yeah, so chill.
himself if
Yeah.
he doesn't. Yeah, nah, like bro, like earlier we were talking about how sometimes like people are not like very welcoming to new players. And like sometimes in Deadlock ran into that shit to the new guys. I'm like, bro, the dude just said
Dude,
he's new, man. Leave him alone. Well,
no,
why is he in my lobby? I don't know, man.
okay.
We're gonna lose. Just get over
Whenever
it. Okay?
whenever
Like,
Randon and I play, he's like stomping the lobby, and I was like, Rand, you need to tell me what I need to buy. I don't. These items make no sense.
yeah, yeah. But I mean,
What
yeah.
does that character? You need to tell me what this character does. You just shot him
What?
down because they don't know how to move in the game, and that's fine. I need to figure this out. If they're just dead the entire time, I don't know what's happening. I'm not learning anything. If you're gonna kill them, at least tell me how like I'm supposed to move around them.
That was a very long RTSs are shit topic.
Once again, I agree. RTSs are shit, and I think that RTSs are genre. Other games.
I can understand what Quang is saying though. Like it doesn't matter. Like every game that you play out there, if it's considered competitive in some sort of way, there is a skill ceiling. Like there are people who are down here and there are people who are up there, and the way that you get up there is by finding little minor things that place you above someone else. And it differs from game to game. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, in no way am I saying that RTS games don't require skill. I'm just saying it's just not my preferred way to play a competitive game. So I'm
I
saying.
also,
I think
I'm
that's
also saying that I don't think that's most people, because not most people. I think it's just too hard to like enter the door, right? Because that's kind of the nice thing about shooters in general. Conceptually simple, right? You click the button, you fire the gun.
Yeah, shit gets hit.
Yeah. It's simple, and and if you suck at shooting, you know why you suck at. But a lot of time in RTSs, and it's really frustrating, and it's not conducive to just most gaming in general nowadays. But sometimes shit happens and you have no idea why.
well,
The number
I
of
think
times that I've been accused of fucking hacking just because I will have 100 Zerglings because they're literally not doing shit. I'll just have a bunch of fucking mites just everywhere, and they're like, I can't move. What the fuck? How do you have so many? I was like, you literally you just let me do my own thing, and I was just like trying to find your base and realized you haven't done shit.
well, it's so
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting, and we could probably move on after this. This has been like a 20-minute
Wait.
one. But like
You wanted 2 parts. We're on part 2.
we are on part 2. We're on part 1 of part 2, and it's already been like 30 minutes. but it's like when you're okay, so like you're talking about learning minute details, especially when you're like just say in
I
the
don't think so much.
environment of 1v1 for StarCraft, right? 1v1 StarCraft, you learn minute details, you climb up the ranks. But you can't really do that anymore in a lot of other games, is because you can learn all these quote unquote minute details and still be, you know, paired up with Timmy Rando and Tommy don't know how to fucking shoot. And you're still not climbing ranks because you have to rely on your teammates to fucking step their game up. You know, you might be playing at the top of your game, but if everybody's playing at the bottom of their game, you're not moving anywhere. So it's like, where
Another
does this
reason why I
skill
think
gap
New hot
really
take.
come in?
no. This is
New hot take. Sorry, I just had to say this real quick. New hot take based on what you just said, because I really do agree with you, especially when it comes to team-based games where ranking up is determined on your win versus your skill. New hot take. My rank up should be based on how I perform, not on how my fucking teammates cost me.
Okay,
Listen,
no.
like I get that you got to communicate and don't be toxic and you know, if your teammates are willing to listen, you can kind of take over a game and become IGL. I've done that in some games. The problem is that's not every fucking game, brother. Like if I come in and I'm holding my shit down and I'm doing my part to like keep my like whatever my job is, I'm doing it so well, and my team isn't able to like we're just for some reason we're just not in sync and it's not working out. That's frustrating. And sometimes you're all gonna play bad, but sometimes you play really well and you're trying to will your team to come together. But like you said, like dudes over here like picking boogers, you know, like when you're trying to win a game and as a result you guys lose. Or you have that person who just knows that they're gonna throw it and it's just like, all right, bro, what can you do about that? But yeah,
So
I you know, Black Ops 2 matchmaking. Give me that, give me that league play system back. That'd be real nice. That'd be fucking great.
so a lot of games do like a performance based. Like you lose, even if you lose less points if you played really well, right? Like objectively. Like you ran 20-5 and lost anyways, lead damage, like you'll lose less points. Like you lost, a loss is a loss, and they can't just inflate the ladder economy, but they'll compensate you for your skill or whatever, right?
Sure.
This is where I think shooters are very different than other games. I would say is that you can kind of just outskill people, especially in the lower ranks. Like of course there comes a time where everyone's kind of nice with the gun specifically, and it
Yeah.
comes more to the other stuff. You can just strong arm people with gunplay through God. I don't know if he still streams or what he streams nowadays, but Average Jonas,
He plays
uh
Deadlock.
he has a very famous clip in Valorant from like year 2, year 3 of that game, where he's talking about like setups and stuff like that. He was like, well, you know, the people in my lobby in bronze don't move the same way, and it's so hard to have these setups work. And so, you know, you probably wouldn't do as well in my rank. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't do my setups in your rank. I just shoot them. They die.
Yeah, or I wouldn't. Yeah, like certain strategies are out the door because I'm just mechanically way better than them.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
just
for
gonna
sure.
kill them. Like my
Yeah,
bullets will hit their heads because they're gonna be. What do you mean my setup's not gonna work? I'm not gonna. Yeah, I just have to kill you,
yeah,
right? That's kind of the thing with like shooters compared to other games where there's a lot less reliance, at least in the initial levels. It's hard to say in
yeah.
like top levels because I haven't played at that level ever personally. But at least in the initial levels, you can't just
You're so
strong arm
right.
people. Like I said, I've seen
100%.
Rainen just fucking play in a lobby with me, which drops the yellow down by like probably 30% of what he's normally used to playing against, and he'll just shit on
Mhm.
the lobby
It's true.
to the
Yeah,
point where like I won't be able to play the game. Like to the point where I
Yeah,
if
you
we're
don't
in
have
LA,
to.
yeah, which isn't good for me because I need to learn. How am I
Yeah,
supposed to know what the bad
and
bitch's name is if she's always dead?
that's why I always tell people who start playing Deadlock are like, "Yo, Mike, we should play a game." I'm like, "No, you don't want to," and it has and not necessarily just because of my elo, but because like I mean, playing by yourself. The reason why I love playing by myself is because I learned a shit ton about my play style, like what works, what doesn't work. Sometimes when I play with my friends, I'm too focused on trying to be the friend, the teammate that
Yeah.
I forget about being myself and doing what works for me. And then once I figure out, all right, this is what really works for this character or hero, then I can, deploy both, trying to be a teammate at the same time. But yeah, you should solo games is it's a great way to play. Or like you said, like play friend games with other friends who are also new to the game. The learning
Someone,
process is the most fun for me, man. That's where I
yep.
really enjoy my playing experience. Is just learning the shit.
Shoutouts to our good friend Senpai Jello Nico for trying to carry me out of elo hell. We together are 0 and 6, despite me struggling to get out of bronze and him like hitting low diamond in that game or whatever that rank is equivalent is. And because I don't know what I did to God, but I have had an like the number of griefers I've had in games is crazy.
In Valorant?
Yeah, like in general,
Yeah.
like I'm
Oh, that's just
Nico.
Riot games.
No. Nico played 6 games in a row with me, where literally we lost every single one of them because of literal people trying to lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to like my rank up game, and this really ended my night. Where all 4 or 5 of my teammates were just like, "Oh, we're not gonna play the game. We're just gonna hang out in spawn. This is a ranked game in spawn just to
Oh
chat."
yeah. Oh yeah. Love those. Love those gamers.
Oh yeah.
The D
So
rankers, bro.
Yeah.
yep. It
Yeah.
was 6. Once again, there's no duo queue. It is just
Um,
5 separate people.
where are we even at on this list anymore?
We're off of it.
Are we?
This is
No,
all the same thing, and
we
we kind of
still
talked about this already.
okay.
I
So
feel like
we'll
this.
get
Like I
in
said, I don't think this is a hot take. I think we should talk about this next time.
get in the. I mean,
No, fuck CJ. He's not here to defend his points.
well, I
CJ,
don't,
you're wrong.
well, okay. So I don't, I don't think it's a hot take in the sense of like it actually ruins. So this
I
social CJ says social media ruined the video game experience,
and I think
I
this
which
is
kind of
the
agree.
there's okay. So
so many ways.
there's different
I agree.
aspects to it, right? There's obviously everybody's their own fucking person, right?
It's too
But
vague. I know what he means because we've talked about it before. Me
oh,
and
I know
We
CJ
have, yeah.
that's the thing. I know exactly what he means, but it could be so generalized. So, in the terms of social media being content creation,
Yes.
it ruined. So, where I think he's coming from, and it's kind of valid, I guess, is where content creation and coming out with all these, quote unquote, how to walkthroughs, reviews, whatever, is quote unquote ruining the experience because people don't create an opinion for themselves. They look stuff up, they don't actually play the game, stuff like that. But then there's the other aspect of like, you don't have to watch any of that. You don't have to consume any of this content. So it's kind of like you it's the choice. Like you have a choice to consume this content and like get this information. So it's like it is a hot take, but it's not a hot take.
I think it's such a soft
I
take.
think it's different.
I think this is definitely something that we should also have CJ on, because I think we can discuss this thing for literally a full hour. Easily. Because there's so many ways that I do agree with this. And I could talk about it for like by myself. And I think I have for like half an hour minimum.
We got about 15 minutes left.
I don't know how to parry that into 15 minutes, but I know that we can pare down fucking Halo being a shit franchise in 15
Get out of
minutes.
here. All right. This is XP Show episode 70. God.
That's
I
hilarious.
did not delete that. I don't know who the fuck deleted it.
It
But
had to been you.
It's
No.
fine, honestly. It's not that big of a deal.
No,
I still remembered it.
I literally thought you deleted it. Like, I screenshotted it and it was there, and then I looked back and it was gone, and I thought you were the one that deleted it.
Well, I will say I was drinking yesterday, so it's possible that while I was drinking, I was like, I should have this here, man. Let's take it off. I could have done that. I could have done that. No,
I don't even
great
think
tea.
that's I
No
don't
great
even think
tea.
that's like that crazy of a hot take, especially if you're comparing it to Reach had a good multiplayer, no?
It's
Reach and 2? Like 2 is like gold standard.
completely transparent. I did
Well,
not play Reach
well, here's the thing though.
multiplayer.
We're only talking about from a nostalgia standpoint. We're not necessarily saying objectively or altogether. I think that I was saying that like Halo, the Halo stands will always say that Halo 3 was like the greatest, multiplayer experience, and maybe at that time it was, and if it wasn't, so be it. But
I,
I don't know, man.
Well,
I went back
I
and played Halo 3. I wasn't impressed. I was like, all right, like it's cool.
you know what
I thought Halo Infinite played better. I thought Halo 4 played better, to be honest.
Well, no, that's the
Like,
thing. Nowadays, if you go back to Halo 3, it's gonna be comparatively shit because the movement and stuff isn't there. It's
no.
back
but the
in the
Halo
day.
stands will say it's the best.
No,
They
no.
will say it is
It-
still it's the granddaddy. I'm like, come on, bro.
I'm so on it
Technology's
with
moves forward.
I'm so on it with Juice here. Mikey's so fucking right, because you know what it is that the Halo fandom in general has been getting kicked in the balls for so long. They just want to be excited for something again, That's just it's because right, because like Halo 2 to Halo 3 was like a clear upgrade, right? It was like such an obvious, like people were so excited for Halo 3, and then Reach came out, and they're like, okay, I guess. I don't love a lot of there's a lot of good things. I don't love everything. Then like,
Yeah,
was it 4 came out, and then
I didn't
and they're
like
just
Reach
like,
multiplayer at all. It's
it's like it's a lot of just like not great feelings for so long.
as far
Sure.
as like a quote unquote peak Halo game, Halo 3 was definitely the best. But to go back to nowadays, to still say Halo 3 is like the peak multiplayer experience, you're absolutely fucking delusional. Like that's just
yeah.
It's again, comparatively back in the day, Halo 3 was peak. But if you're comparing it to nowadays games, is you get the fuck out of here. Like you can't you're comparing what? You're comparing Super Mario on the NES to fucking whatever, like Super Mario Sunshine nowadays. Like you can't. It's just not comparable.
Okay. Let's go this out with a. I just need to know. Best multiplayer experience. Period. If you had to choose one.
What the fuck?
When you and the boys or you and randos hop online to play a game, if it had to be one game, fuck is that game?
Are we talking about game experience or community experience?
Game experience.
He's
playing
like
the
hopping
game
on
with
the
people.
boys.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing with the boys, or talking about the gameplay itself.
Yeah, gameplay.
Well,
Like gameplay.
It's the game where you and the boys had that peak. Like, oh man, like if I could go back to just play this game,
Black Ops 2.
with the boys again.
Black Ops 2, 100%.
That's fair.
No question.
Mario Party.
I might have to say the same. Okay. Okay.
Mario Party 3.
I feel that.
If not that, it's Perfect Dark. Fucking Screen Peeking in Perfect Dark.
That was a good one.
Screen Peeking in Perfect Dark was a phenomenal experience. And I know everyone did. It didn't help anybody.
Yeah, true.
Because you always rounded the corner, got hit with like some fucking turret, died anyways.
No,
hey man, back in like 2001 or whatever, like whenever Smash Melee came out on the GameCube, that shit with the boys was mad peak. Like that shit was dumb fun, and we would fuck the rules up. We would like set the handicap so everyone's 300%, but we have 100 lives. we would just have a blast playing that fucking game.
There's a reason why Smash shows up at every party to this day.
Yeah.
There's also a reason why I don't play it anymore. I do feel like I bring down. I'm like, man, I don't know how to sandbag without being obvious about it. Like, I'm too drunk.
Yeah,
I'm too drunk to not be intentional. Like I'm clearly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but like old gaming was so much, and it might have just been because we were kids. But I do miss like genuinely something that I wish kids had nowadays is fucking couch gaming. You know, going over to the boys' house, playing fucking Super Mario 64, passing the controller. People don't do that anymore.
Passing the controller for sure.
Well, that's the thing. Back in the day, shit was good, right? Shit was peak back in the day, and now it's just like, especially with multiplayer movement and shit like today, you can't compare a game from like Halo 3 to like fucking Apex. It's just not mechanically the same.
I would say that also in general, it was more fun to play bad games back in the day. Because it didn't feel like a waste of time. You know?
Yeah, that's one thing I've always had on my mind is like, were games bad back in the day, or were we just too ignorant to notice the bad
Super
games?
Mario 64 is the worst aged game ever as far as game. Like watching people speedrun the game, super fun. Playing the game, awful. I don't know how we put. I know how we put up with that shit because nobody knew how cameras should work. It was like the first 3D game, you know, that most people had. But not. I miss sitting on a couch and just playing games, and I feel like that was lost on the next generation.
Yeah. Everybody's chronically online.
Yeah, let me hit the B button on my friend's controllers so that they lose a mini game, you know?
Facts.
Yeah. They're just winning too hard, right?
I need that kind of toxicity. Yeah.
Yeah, within the friend group. Don't talk until tomorrow lunch, you know? At the lunch table where you give each other side eyes, and then you're like, I'm sorry. You both apologize.
Bud mashing in Mortal Kombat, you know, just throwing punches the whole time, knowing that your opponent can't do anything, and they're just screaming at you, sitting next to you.
Until one of you accidentally does the scorpion pull, and you're like, wait. I need to know exactly what button combinations did that one thing, and you sit there for an hour trying to figure it out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Those are the good old days.
That's it. That's a fact. Bring it back. We should make a game that has no online capability whatsoever. That would not work out.
No, people just
work out.
Everyone just would buy 2 copies. That's the hard part. Right?
Like a game where you're forced to play it in person with your friends. That'd be sick.
Yeah, even then
It would have
it's
to be so. It had to be so good though. It had to be so good that people are compelled. Where they're like, nah, like let's meet up. Let's play this.
no. I mean, like the thing now is that like play
You might be
together
on.
online.
You might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard because if it is
Yeah, really
if you're
hard.
no, if you're compelled to play it, it's so good that you have to play in person. Most people will just play it separately in their own homes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
It'd
saying
be
that.
really
I'm not
difficult.
guilty of that, but
I mean, yeah, I don't think you'd be able to pull it off. I mean, the
yeah,
only thing, well, no, even Clone Hero has an online play together mode. So
yeah,
there you go.
people don't want to leave their houses.
Yeah, that was the last great couch game experience. Guitar
Guitar
Hero,
Hero?
Rock Band. Yeah, I can't think of anything after that where like I was enticed to go over the homie's house to fucking play the game.
Yeah,
Because like we
especially
still had Call of Duty then. We had all these online games at the time.
yeah.
But I was down to
No,
pull over for some Guitar Hero. I was down.
I think I have old guitars and shit. I just don't know if they're USB or not.
I got mine.
I'll have to go
I'm ready,
I
digging.
can't, dude. I can't anymore. My hands are so shot.
man.
I played
There's some
like
finger blasting yourself, bro.
yeah. All right, I'm leaving. On that note, we're over. We're an
Is
hour
that
over. This is
that
very
is that
good.
where we're ending it? All right.
We started the third
Oh god.
good bookend.
All right, boys and girls. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if CJ comes by next week, and we'll pull out these last two topics. But yeah, it's been fun. This will probably come out in two separate episodes. As usual, if you guys aren't in the Discord, join that shit. Watch some TLS, on the YouTubes. Come check us out, bro. Been episode 70. We'll catch y'all later.
Hot take: gaming podcasts suck.